Hi, everyone. My name is Gabi. I'm a master NLP practitioner, an EFT coach, and a law of assumption coach here at Create Your Future. And thank you so much for joining me today as we dive deep into the law of assumption to figure out how to make it work for you. Really quickly, a few of my offerings. So I am launching a client appreciation sale. You heard that right. If you are booking a session with me beginning November 11th of 2024, the first 100 sessions booked with me will receive my client appreciation sale discount of 20%. That code is LOVE20, LOVE 20, to fall in love with your God self. So if you are stuck, if you are frustrated, if you feel like this is just not working, or if you feel like you're doing all the work and you're not seeing any movement, go ahead and book a session with me, okay? Let's figure out exactly what we need to tweak to get your manifestation to show up in your reality. I also currently have my affirmation tracks on sale for purchase right now as well. So if you do purchase those bundles, you can purchase the Get Your SP affirmation track, you can purchase the career affirmation track, money affirmation track, etc. So I have had a lot of success with my clients with those tracks. Those tracks are designed using NLP practices to bring you into the alpha state where we can easily reprogram your conscious mind as well as your subconscious mind and really make your reality embedded and move you to the version of you who already has your desire. Okay, so then it pushes out into your 3D. So go ahead and check that out. Okay, so this week's video, guys, we're going to be talking about a really fun topic this week. I have had so many clients in the last 2 weeks that have come to me and just been super frustrated and saying to me, Gabi, I have been doing all the work. I've been affirming. I've been scripting. I got so frustrated because I didn't see any movement, so I gave up. I stopped using techniques because I didn't see anything happening. Okay, let's talk about this, okay? When we look outside of ourselves for evidence, what we are doing is we are telling our God self, our beautiful divine nature that is embedded in who we are at the core, hey, I don't trust you. Also, we're saying that we are not in control. We are giving our power to the outside world. We are giving our power to our 3D circumstances. We are giving our power to our 3D conditions. We are giving our power to this perception that we don't see any movement. And when you do that, when you stop looking within and fulfilling yourself within and moving yourself to the version of you who already has your desire, and instead you start looking outwardly, so outside of you, and you start telling yourself there's no movement, I'm not seeing any success, I've been doing all this work, I'm not seeing anything, etc. When you start doing that, what you do is you put your awareness, you put your focus on that, on the no movement. You put your focus on this isn't working. You put your focus and your awareness on this isn't working for me, these techniques aren't working, I'm not moving, I'm not getting what I want, etc. And what you put your awareness on, your attention on, as Neville says, you maintain. So if you have in your desire, in your reality, which we all do this, if in your reality you have been telling yourself you are not the version of you who has your desire, so you're saying, I'm single. You're saying I'm broke. I don't have any money in my bank account. You're saying I don't have the job I want. You're saying I don't have the house I want. You're saying I don't have the relationships with the friends that I want. You're saying I don't have the physical appearance change that I want. When you are doing that, you are the version of you that does not have your desire. And because you are standing in that version of you that does not have your desire, you are maintaining that manifestation, meaning you have already manifested you not having that desire. And because you keep telling yourself you don't have it, you are just maintaining that manifestation, okay? You cannot hold two stories simultaneously. You cannot, on one hand, tell yourself, I don't have my desire, there's no movement, I'm so frustrated, this isn't working, and simultaneously, at the same time, tell yourself, I am the version of me who has my desire. I am now the version of me who doesn't worry about the money in my account because my bills are always paid because I always have more than enough. I am now the version of me who's in the committed relationship with my SP. I am now the version of me who has my dream home. I am now the version of me who has the job that I want, the career that I want, the education that I want. I am now the version of me who has the physical appearance change that I want. Okay. You cannot hold that story and tell yourself you don't have it. Okay. When you hold two stories simultaneously like that, the one that you believe to be more real or more true is what manifests. Okay. You've heard me say this. We don't manifest what we want. We manifest what we believe to be real and true for ourselves. Okay. So if you are telling yourself, for instance, if you're working on a physical appearance change, let's say nose size, and you're telling yourself, I still have a big nose. My nose is not getting smaller. My nose is not getting smaller. It's not getting smaller. It doesn't matter what I do. It's not getting smaller. And then you move to using a technique like an affirmation, or even just using questioning. Okay, who am I being right now? I'm the version of me that has a small, petite, beautiful nose. I love that I get compliments on my nose all the time. You will hold the story that is more true for you, and that is what your world will conform to and confirm is real. Okay? So if you are telling yourself this isn't working, I still have a big nose, but you want a smaller nose, you are going to believe what is true for you, and that is what manifests. So what would manifest in that situation would be no changes to your nose. Okay? Now, I want to be super clear about this because this doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. This doesn't mean that you need to do more work. This just means you need to catch yourself in those moments when you are recognizing, oh, no, I am actually telling myself I don't have what I want. And because I'm telling myself I don't have what I want, I cannot also have what I want. I cannot also be the version of me who has my desire because I'm telling myself I don't have it. Does that make sense? So, what I wanted to do is to help you all out, is to share with you some intentions that I use pretty consistently to remind myself of what it is I'm working on manifesting or currently consciously manifesting, and also to remind myself that it doesn't matter what's happening outside of me. Okay. So, one that I use all the time is everything is always working out for me. Okay. I also use it doesn't matter what I'm seeing in the 3D because everything that's unfolding in the 3D is literally leading to my manifestation unfolding right now. Okay, let me say that again. It doesn't matter what's unfolding in the 3D because everything that's unfolding in the 3D is leading to my manifestation unfolding right now. Okay, that one's great. It's powerful. It reminds you that outside of you is nothing. It's just old news. Outside of you is old news. And so you can literally look outside of yourself and say, this doesn't matter. This does not matter. What I'm seeing outside of me does not matter because it's still leading to me getting what I want, right? It's still leading to me having my manifestation unfold. And that reminds you that the 3D is not real. Instead, what is real is the version of you who has your manifestation. Okay. Another one that works really well is that everything I say, everything I do always works out for me and always leads to my desires unfolding. Everything I do, everything I say always works out for me, always leads to my desires unfolding. You can also say, I always say everything right. I always do everything right. I have clients that come to me that are saying, "Hey, Gabi, I think things aren't unfolding because I'm kind of meddled with the middle. I kind of said something in the 3D, and now, is my manifestation going to unfold?" Okay, doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. It really doesn't. Only if you believe it matters, only if you believe it impacts your manifestation, will it impact your manifestation. But if you tell yourself, it doesn't matter what I do in the 3D. I'm always saying the right things. I'm always doing the right things. And it doesn't matter what I do because my manifestation is still going to unfold. It's unfolding right now. Period. End of story. Okay. Another one that I use quite a bit that I've actually been sharing with a lot of my clients recently is I am good enough. I am good enough to accept this as real for me. Okay. I want you to hear me when I say this. I am good enough to accept this as real for me. I use this with my clients because quite a few of my clients have come to me and said, I need to work on my self-concept. I'm having problems with my self-concept. Okay. This is going out there in the law of assumption community. Let's be clear. Okay. Your concept of who you are changes based on your interpersonal relationship and environment. So, for instance, Gabi as a coach is different concept than Gabi as a partner, than Gabi as a daughter, than Gabi as a best friend, than Gabi as an employee, than Gabi as a manager, than Gabi as a car driver, than Gabi as an American. Very different concepts. Okay. You don't have to change your self-concept. Now, you may have to change your story of who you are in a relationship, or your story of how people show up for you, or your story of, I've been abandoned, or I'm always rejected, or as I've shared before, I've had a client that her story was I always get my partners ready for marriage, but I'm never the marriage girl. Okay. So you may have to change your stories that you have in relation to experiences, but you don't have to change your concept of self, okay? But what you do need to do is recognize that no matter where you are, whether you believe that you are struggling with a story of abandonment and rejection, whether you believe that you have a story of I'm never chosen, whether you believe that you have a story of, money never comes to me, or money never stays, or partners never stay, or whatever story you have, you can remind yourself that it doesn't matter what story you have. You're good enough right now. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just as you are right now. Okay. You don't have to dig into childhood traumas. You don't have to uncover all of these, core beliefs in that sense. Okay. Do you have stories that may be blocking or interfering with your manifestation showing up? You may, right? Which is why we're here, why coaches are here to help you with that. So you may have that, but you also may just be telling yourself that you have that. Okay. And you also may be telling yourself that, well, until I'm good enough, I can't have this. Well, don't do that to yourself. That's conditioning your manifestation. That is saying, first, this has to happen, and then I can have this. Don't do that to yourself. You don't want to do that to yourself. So instead, remind yourself of how perfect you are right now. You are perfect, whole, and complete. You are made of stardust. You are divine in your nature. You are divine in your power. You are only experiencing this 3D world through a human avatar. That is what your divine nature has chosen, because your divine nature cannot experience this world in 3D. Okay? Your divine nature experiences this world in 5D, in 6D, in multiple dimensions that we haven't even calculated yet in our science. Your divine nature needs your human side to experience the 3-dimensional. Okay. It's like if a 2-dimensional cartoon were to come to the 3D world, I'm going to date myself and how old I am, but if anybody's ever seen Roger Rabbit, that came out when I was really, really little. It's a 2D cartoon in a 3D world, and he struggles. He struggles with that 3D world because he's not used to the 3D. He's used to the 2D. Okay. It's the same thing. Your divine self, your divine goddess, God inside of you is literally used to this multi-dimensional space. And so a 3-dimensional space and the limitations within that, the only way it can experience that is through your human avatar. Okay. So you have to remind yourself, you know what? I'm divine. I have within me goddess or God power. I have within me stardust. I am literally made of the same basic atoms and molecules that the rest of the universe is made of. Think about that, guys. You are made of what stars are made of. That alone should remind you of how powerful you are. You are good enough. You are more than good enough. You are perfect just as you are. And the only thing that is preventing your manifestation from showing up in the 3D, as Neville says, is your inability to believe it to be real for you. Your inability to believe that, well, I have to fix this before I fix that, and that's the only way my manifestation is going to show up. Or your belief that I'm not perfect, I'm not good enough, I can't have this. Or your belief that the law of assumption works for everyone else, but not me. I must be an exception to this rule. You are not. It is a universal law. There are no exceptions, none. Okay. All right. That's my video for this week. If you had an aha moment, which I know you did, go ahead and comment down below. I'm also looking for some new video ideas, so please make sure if you have one that you share one. Brandy, I know, will send them over to me, and I am intending that this resonates with you and that the best thing that you could take away from this video today is that you are perfect, whole, and complete and powerful. So powerful, and you can have, be, or do anything that you desire. You just have to believe it to be real. Bye.